Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to Lara Tips. So in today's video, I am just going to give you a small tip about route model binding. So let's begin. So as you can see here, I have a route here, which is a blogs slash, this is a parameter blog, and I am just returning a closure from here. So I have a blogs table here in the database here, blogs table, and there are 10 records and all of them are active and one is inactive. So for those who don't know about the route model binding, let me just explain a little bit about that. So let's say if there is a blog here, the parameter and the variable is blog, and if we type hint by the model, then it will automatically return the blog object. Okay. So if I go here in the browser and look at the route, this is laravel slash blogs slash id of the blog. Okay. So if I do it like this and just refresh, it will give me the blog with the id of 1. And if I let's say 2, then it will give me the id of 2. But if I don't do it like this and if I refresh over here, it will not know what to do, so it will only return the 2. So whatever we pass here, it will return over here. But if we type hint the blog in front of this, then it will find the blog. So let's say 12 here, so there is no blog id of 12, so it will return 404 by default. Okay, so this is the by default what Laravel comes out of the box. So let's say every time you write the blog over here, you don't want to type in the blog over here and you want it to be automatically resolved. For that, what we can do is let's remove this from here and let me just refresh it here. So it is just returning 12. Okay, so let me not go here, let's say 1. Okay, so it is just returning 1. Now what we can do is we can go to this route service provider, which is inside the app providers and route service provider, and now here we can say route bind, and we have to give the name of the parameter that we want to bind. Okay, so this is the blog, and here we should pass the closure, and here we'll get the value. So this value is this value that we'll get here. Now what we can do is here return blog find or fail like this, and here we can pass the value. Okay, so you can see here the blog is imported over here. So now it will register this blog parameter, so whatever we pass here, this parameter. So if we want to write a different parameter, then we have to write a different name here. Okay, so this name and this name must match. So here we have done it like this. Now we have bind the value that we pass in this parameter, which is 1 from here, and we have found a blog. Okay, now if I go here and refresh the page, now you can see here I can get this blog with the id of 1, and now blog with the id of 2, and now if I hit 12, it will give us the 404, because this find or fail will throw 404 error if it doesn't find this value. Okay, now this is also one basic thing, but now I would like to take you one more step forward. So let's say, so whenever we type here, let's say 2 here, okay, so it is giving us this block, but it is not active. So what we want to do is whenever we pass the value here, it will only give us the active blocks. Okay, so for that, what we can do is so now let us change this parameter to active blog, and let us also write the same over here. So it will always return now active blogs. Okay, so because we have done here where active equals to 1 and find or fail. Now as you can see here, this 2 is inactive. Now let us see what happens. So if I hit refresh, it will give us 404 because this blog is not active. Okay, so now if I say here 1, then only it will return 1. So this is how you create your own route binding. So there is one more thing that I need to show you guys. Okay, so let me just comment this out, and here let's say blog like this, and let me also say blog like this. Okay, so by default it will return this same thing. Okay, so by default it will compare with the id, so 1 and 1. But if we want this to compare with the slug, then what we can do is like this, slug like this, because we have a column name here slug, and it will compare it to this like this. So like this blog colon slug, now it will compare to slug instead of id. So now let me just copy this slug and paste it over here. So before that, let me just show you what happens if we pass here 1. So it will give us 404. Okay, now if I pass here the slug, now it will give us that blog. So by default Laravel works in this way. So we also want our own custom validation logic to work in the same way. So what we can do here is, let me go to our code and let me undo the changes. So we are here active blog and I want the slug over here. Okay, and now let me enable this, and now we can get here the second parameter route like this, and now we can get whatever this part, okay, this part over here like this. So we can do here column equals to route bind field for, and we have to give this name active blog. So it will give us whatever we have passed over here. Okay, so let me show you this first. Okay, if let me do a dd over here and this like this. Okay, now if I go to the browser and refresh the page, now you can see here it is giving me the slug. Yeah, so this is whatever I have passed over here. Now this is the column name. So if I don't pass anything over here, so let's see what happens. Okay, so if I refresh here, so you can see here it is giving me null. So if I don't pass anything, it will return null, and if we pass something, it will return that value, which means that if there is nothing, we'll take id, and if something is passed, we'll take that column. Okay, so let's say slug, we pass a slug. So what we will say is, if nothing is passed, it will be id, and if something is passed, we'll take that. Okay, so it is not columns, it is column, because we'll only get one column. Yeah, so now here instead of find or fail, we can do where column is value, and instead of find or fail, we can do first or fail like this. Okay, so now here if I refresh the page, so we are getting this unknown column this. So because we are passing a value over here, because this first or fail does not receive any value. Okay, so here if we do first or fail, which means that we will get the first one or we will fail, or 404 error. So now if I refresh here, so you can see here we are getting this. Yeah, also let us check if we pass here an id, what happens. So now it is giving us 404, and now if I remove this from here, it should not give us that 404. Okay, so now look at here guys, everything is working as perfectly as it should. So now you should not write any extra logic in your controllers, so which is automatically controlled by this binding. So from that route, only active blocks can be accessed. So I hope you enjoyed this video guys. That's it for this video guys. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye.